welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a movie podcast.
About
Ew,
movies.
Gross.
Where every week we discuss movies in depth and
We go in
rambling
really deep.
fashion.
It's true.
My name is Dan.
My name is Travis.
Oh, wow, that's fast.
I'm
Sam.
getting frantic. I'm getting in the mood for this.
There we go. I'm Sam.
I don't know why I did.
I'm
Okay.
Art. I'm the new guy.
You're who?
Art.
I'm Art, the new guy. Hey, new guy Art.
Hi.
You got to.
And Frank.
Do I have to?
No, I just did for you.
Okay.
So before we start talking about the movie that we all watched together in our cabin,
Together, snuggled up.
right? Snugly,
For
snugly.
warmth.
Okay.
Travis, read the back of the VHS tape of the movie that we watched this week.
Okay, hold on. Let me just pull it out.
Oh, this is going to be
Ew.
good.
Okay.
Considering it probably never was on a VHS tape.
It could have been.
It probably could have. Okay, let's see. A bank robber stops at nothing to free his brother from prison and launches himself into a whirlwind, night-long odyssey through New York's dark and dangerous criminal underworld.
That's a very good
Accurate?
description of the movie.
Well,
Very
yeah.
accurate.
Yeah.
Just
Very
describe
accurate.
the whole movie.
Yeah, it's
But it's an
And we're
accurate...
Yes.
and that movie is Good Burger 2.
Welcome to Good Burger. Okay. Any pre-thoughts?
Sure.
I can start.
Well, what movie are we talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the movie's called Good Time, not to be confused with Good Times,
Or
a
ain't- or-
sitcom from the 1970s.
Or
with
no,
Janet Jackson.
what was his name? Who was the
Was it Janet?
heavier set one?
Was it?
Janet was in that one?
Rerun. The character's name was Rerun.
Or I almost was gonna say Good Times at that Royale, but it's Bad
Well,
Times.
that's what's happening.
Oh.
Good Times was J.J. Walker.
I wasn't alive then.
No, you weren't. Your parents probably weren't even married then.
Stay out of my personal life,
It was
please.
probably like in junior high when that thing was on.
Stay out of my personal life,
Okay, I'm
please.
just
I'm
saying.
He's getting tested.
No, it's Good Time.
Ew.
Get ready, everyone. We're gonna have a good time today. Talking about good time.
You've made that
Let's
joke.
turn this into
about
a drinking
time.
game.
Let's move
No, so I
Hold on. We need to turn this into a drinking game. The audience, if you guys hear us say good time, just take a shot.
please do
Yes.
not listen
Ooh.
to this podcast or play this game while you are driving. If you are driving, then you can take a drink from your water or your coffee.
That's not
Whatever
fun.
beverage
That's not
you
a good
drink.
time.
Who's the- let me ask you a question. I'm going to do
You'll
my...
beat up the plot of the movie now because someone will get arrested and your brother will have to get you out of jail
Oh, he's
or from
he's
your
doing those
DUI.
things, Sam.
Why don't we go around and talk about our pre-thoughts of the movie?
Why don't you just wait until I
will-
finish?
Because you were rambling. I will start.
Okay, go on.
I didn't have any.
I'll tell you, Dan. This is Dan's. If you listeners, you can go to previous episodes, and this is Dan's preview. I never heard of this movie, and then we had to cover it for the podcast. So then I kept texting the group, "What movie are we watching?"
That is so true.
What streaming service is it on?
this on? Where can I watch
need to know the name of the movie and can I watch it for free somewhere?
What year is it in?
And which version am I watching?
2017.
Now, at
Director's
least
cut?
this is one. Sometimes we pick movies like, no, don't watch the 2021 version. Watch the 2007, not the 2011, but the 2017 version. Seriously, guys.
Yeah,
There's so many
and
Halloweens.
it's like the caterer's cut, you know.
So I literally had no pre-thoughts. I'd never heard of it. Shockingly, I actually never even heard of it. So, but it did okay. Did it do okay? I didn't do
it
my
was super
research
low.
on
It was
I've
super
never
low
heard of it.
budget. It did
I don't think it
fine.
did much business because in 2017, I think I would have at least heard of it because
Yeah.
I actually really like movies like this.
It
This is a
was-
movie I would have gone to see.
It
It,
got-
it
if I
was
didn't
like
know of it.
earlier in the A24 career,
So
so,
do you think-
it didn't really
but
get
in-
much coverage, but
In your movie world, in your movie business world, what would have been the release for this movie? How many theaters do you think it went out
LA.
of?
One was he talking to you?
No, I wasn't even looking at him. I was looking right at
Well, the
Sam.
audience doesn't know where you're looking.
But
I do.
Sam would
Am I
have-
not enough?
Sam could put. Sam would know.
Sam.
Am I
Sam
not
or
enough?
You would know that. You would know this answer,
It was limited.
which would mean 500 theaters.
I don't know the exact,
Okay,
but
right.
I knew that the theater I was working at the time was playing it, and other theaters around me weren't.
Okay.
It was in 426 theaters.
Can you put that again with your face next to the mic?
It was in
There we go.
632 theaters.
Wow,
What
it just
happened to
went up.
426? Yeah,
No,
you just shuffled those numbers
I
around.
mean, I'm sure it probably it was probably like because we're in LA. because I okay. So they're
What happened?
talking. There's a phone on the
Oh.
table because I told Art when we were setting up he has to talk through that.
When
We're
it
While
waiting-
first,
recording.
no,
on
we're
day
waiting
one, it
for
was
our-
only in 4
So
theaters.
you're when did you see the movie?
Okay, so I had seen the movie. I think Sam had mentioned to me she had seen it. And
Did you see it in the theater?
No, I saw it. I saw it early when it came out. When it hit Amazon, Prime. I think really early.
Like a month or so after it came out?
Maybe. I mean, I don't
Month or two.
remember exactly when I just remember one day I went on Amazon Prime and I was looking for a movie to watch. I was like, oh, I heard this is good, and then I watched it.
Great. What's
Really quick before my initial thoughts. So it was the initial release, and then it went away. Came back with some bonus features with the interview with the Safdies and no, that's Uncut Gems. Never mind.
No,
I got that confused.
No, this.
But my initial
giving
thoughts.
we'll get back to that context of what you just said because that. Well, yes, we'll get back to the Safdies in a moment.
I heard about it, missed it completely from the theaters, and then I watched it through a streaming service or like Netflix DVD or something.
I'm just curious, why didn't you see it when it was in the theaters?
Sometimes it's one of those things. I go through moods where like I don't want to be anywhere near a movie theater, and then sometimes I'll just be like, I have nothing to do. I'll go watch a movie.
Okay,
and that was in my
makes sense.
period of I don't want to be here.
August.
No,
Not
but
a good
it's
time.
supposed to
2017.
be.
Yeah.
That's when it came out.
Yeah, I was like, I don't feel like it. It's too hot.
Then
Art?
I saw it in 2018, I think.
Is your name Art? Art? When did you see it? What were your initial or pre-thoughts?
So I have never heard of this movie until Frank brought it up. And I watched it this morning.
I finished it this morning.
Yes,
You
I'm
guys
here.
are like the same person.
So did I.
And we both love musicals.
Musicals.
See?
So
The
I
spin-off
I
is gonna
started
happen.
watching it last night.
This is a backdoor pilot
So
for
we're just
that
going to
podcast.
venture off on our own.
Yeah.
Without
Oh,
y'all.
we got our own podcast.
Yeah,
We're
we
done.
In the
I
bag.
started watching it last night, and I was so tired, and I was doing really well because I was very engaged. And then all of a sudden, I realized I don't know what's happened in the last 15 minutes of this movie. And so instead of trying to force myself to finish, I said, no, screw this. I'm
Yeah.
going to bed. I'll watch this in the morning. So I did. I finished it this morning.
Yeah, I started it this morning. I saw the trailer first just to see what it was going to be about. I was still trying to figure out how low budget this was. Based on the music, based on the camera angles, based on the camera. I was interested in it, and then I watched it, and yeah, low budget.
There you go. For sure.
I don't remember. I think it was Travis that suggested it to me forever ago.
I'll turn to Travis.
I said, hey, Frank, you'll have a good time.
Okay.
You mentioned it. It was around the time that Pattinson got announced as the new Batman.
Yes.
And I was in that like, okay,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
let's
yeah.
investigate his filmography and see where he's at, because he comes with that stigma of like, he was in Twilight, and Kristen Stewart had the same thing, and with her I went into her filmography too, and like the stuff she did after, I was like, like I actually kind of like her as an actress. She's good. And so I figured, okay, Pattinson's probably going to be the
You
same.
like
Let's
Kristen
see.
Stewart?
Yeah, if you see
Frank
some
loves
of her
underwater.
if you see some of the stuff that she's done after, especially the like indie stuff, she's
Adventureland.
she's good
I like
in Adventureland.
Adventureland.
Can
Same? No, I know.
Can I just jump in real quick? I have not seen, obviously, any of those, but I wish I would have seen this movie before Batman.
Yeah.
Would it
Batman.
change? Would it have changed your opinion
The Batman.
on
I
Pattinson?
think, yes. I don't know. That's a great question. Yes, because I would have had this film to go into that film. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? I
Yeah.
don't want to give too much away, but
Like a nice little
I
cushion.
really felt like
Yeah.
this
Is a
this
good primer.
performance made me go, okay, this dude's for real.
Yeah. You can appreciate the
Yeah,
little
this
decisions he
this
makes,
guy's
right?
real.
That's
I mean, as far as his guy's an actor.
Frank, thank you for reminding me, because that's what I did a lot when, like, because the movie, as we know, because of COVID and everything, Batman took a while to come out.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was announced. That was always my thing. People would be like, "Oh, Pattinson," and I'm like, afraid. I would just always go. People would be like, "Watch Good Time."
Yeah, no,
Watch Good Time.
I think that's a really fair, not argument, but a great suggestion. Because, look, whatever. We're actors. We want to make movies. Whatever. You do Twilight, great. God bless you. You put millions of dollars into the bank and you gave yourself space to do whatever you want to do. So I would never hold that against him or her.
I forgot.
I do, though. I feel like those movies didn't represent, like, let you know that, oh, there's actually talent here.
Well, I mean-
but the projects were what they were,
Hold on,
right?
but
I mean,
hold on.
It is what it is.
I
Moment of
forgot.
silence.
Yes.
Wait,
You
who?
just ruined
I'm
it.
sorry. I was just trying to see
my
what we were
God.
doing.
I just need 10 seconds of silence. Starting now.
Room tone.
Because the Safdies split up recently. They are no longer directing together.
Well,
Oh, Josh and Ben.
They're brothers.
They're not going to be directing
You
team.
can't be like divorced or anything.
Can you
They
let
still
me
have
live in my
Thanksgiving
sad
together?
era?
I think Dan is being more rude than I was.
Yes, so I take back that
I
slap.
don't
I'm
think
sorry.
I'm being rude. I was just trying to.
But no,
I didn't
they're-
know that.
Yeah, because Benny, the younger brother who's also in this movie, wants to act more, and Josh just wants to keep directing. So
Oh, that
Have
makes
you
sense.
seen The Curse?
While it does,
That's fine.
no, I haven't. That's on my list. I
Fine.
hear it's
I'm
really
sure they'll
good.
do
while
projects
it
together.
does suck,
I don't like Nathan Fielder though. So
Oh, I like
No.
him. While it does suck, I don't know. I mean, I think it could be a good thing too because it's like I know they did 2 really good movies that I want to say.
right, but the
it-
new
it-
movie with Adam Sandler is now
Not
on
gonna
indefinite
happen.
hold.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good. I mean, I just want to be optimistic and be like, okay, well now since we like them together, like split up, they can be good, and now we will get more projects and more films out.
I like that you told
I
me
don't
this.
know. I mean,
But when I told you,
I had time to
Earlier
think
t-
about
oh,
it. I had time
I
to think
kind
about
of agree
it.
with Sam, though. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
no, we
But
won't.
you know, like Lennon and McCartney, right? I mean, when they were writing the Beatles, that was the best. When they broke up, yeah, they still wrote good songs on their own, but they didn't have the same magic. So we'll see.
Yeah, I
we'll
agree.
see if that.
I'm just trying to be
There's
on.
some-
but I
like,
appreciate you
sometimes
guys
the
giving me
two
the 10
together-
seconds. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, he didn't give
He
you
didn't.
10. He interrupted it.
You guys,
I'm sorry.
aside from Travis, he's no longer.
You other guys.
You other guys.
I'm not like other guys.
It's
I'm the cool guy.
It's interesting because when I started watching the movie, I didn't look at anything. I mean, I didn't look at
You have
the
to look
trailer.
at the screen.
I didn't read anything in advance. I just started watching the movie. And I would say within 30 seconds to a minute of the movie, I said to myself, nothing is going to work out for any of these characters.
So
Most
it's
of that-
not
And
a
I
good
had-
time.
And I had never said that since the first 30 seconds of Uncut Gems. When Adam Sandler's walking in that opening scene, I went, this is not going to work out well for him.
Lo and behold,
Not going to
the
work out.
Safdies,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then later into the movie, actually this morning when I finished it, I reopened, as I was re-saying, I went, oh my God, these are the same people. They did Uncut Gems. Because I didn't even look at that before the
Oh.
movie.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, okay. That makes sense.
I
because
see.
that tone, that style,
Yeah.
that raw,
chaos.
just that raw
Anxiety,
feel,
basically.
That you're right. That chaos
For anyone that doesn't know, Dan just touched me
on
Dan
your
has touched all
arm.
of us.
on my arm. It was a friendly
I
touch.
said Jan has touched all of us, okay?
Oh,
I just want you to know-
Frank. That's so sweet.
I just want you to know.
Get that hand off there, please.
not for you, sir.
It's just
All of your
it's
kids
that,
have touched
it's
me,
that,
and I'm pretty
it's
sure.
that chaos that's not chaos to a
Yeah.
point where you're like going,
Well,
I don't
Dan,
even know what I'm
I-
watching. It's that I don't want to say
Dreadful.
I don't want to say organized chaos, but it
Measured.
it's measured. It is chaos, but you're still
A ticking time
very.
bomb.
It's very easy to keep
Dan-
following and very hard to not
I
watch.
had
Let him
not
talk, he's gonna
seen
explode.
no, I had not seen something that frantic. And before, I mean, the last time I'd seen something that frantic was Punch Drunk Love.
See, I've never seen that movie.
It's almost.
I haven't seen it
PTA.
yet.
I
It's
know. I've heard that.
very
I had to stop halfway.
very-
It was
I've heard a lot.
stressful.
anxiety
Yeah.
inducing.
Is that the same guys?
No,
No.
this is Paul Thomas
Adam
Anderson.
Sandler?
Oh,
But what
okay.
I'm saying is, it's okay. No one's seen it, but
But that's Adam Sandler, right?
yes,
Punch
it's Adam
Drunk
Sandler.
Love?
Yeah,
Are you talking about Punch Drunk
yeah,
Love?
that's
I've
Adam
seen it.
Sandler.
Are you talking
No, I'm
about
saying
Punch Drunk
except
Love?
for. Oh, you've seen it? Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
of course
Oh,
I have. I
thought-
love that
thought-
movie.
I thought you said,
You said
"Oh, I
no
haven't
one's
seen
seen
it.
it.
except for
I
Sam."
haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So the two best friends
Art
are
and
the
I, who love musical theater, have not seen it.
Well,
Are there songs in it?
Confused.
No.
Okay.
You
I'm
should
gonna-
watch
I'm
the
gonna
movie.
play this out for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, that movie's
should
good.
watch-
I'm going to leave early.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is in that movie
Oh,
too.
R.I.P.
So good.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He's
So I don't want to
I
know
discuss
it's
it
10
further.
seconds of silence.
I don't want to
He was a
discuss it further
wonderful
because
actor.
everyone
Deserves 10
should.
seconds of
If
silence.
you like Good Time, you should watch Punch Drunk
You will
Love.
not have
the
a good time.
1970s sitcom.
Punch Drunk Love.
You know
No,
what?
Good Times.
This episode is as chaotic as Good Time. Just saying.
On brand.
On brand.
So
What are you doing?
let's reel it back in just for a second. Where are we at in terms of? I've
30
been
seconds.
talking about.
No, we're just talking about the style of the movie, like the franticness.
Right.
And
The
Can I
chaos.
continue on the franticness really
Yes,
quick?
yeah.
I
Let's-
feel like not just the storyline is so chaotic, but the way the camera technique and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's so unsteady.
It is.
But yeah, and then like
It's unsettling
unsettling,
to
and then
watch it.
also
I had anxiety.
without it being
Right.
a headache.
yeah, and
Like
then
some of those crazy
Shaky
Right.
cam.
It's
And-
not like that.
what I've realized is they use a lot of extreme close-ups on the main characters,
Yes.
and it's so invasive that you're just
Yes.
like, I shouldn't be here.
That's the exact feeling I got in that first scene when
The
Nick
evaluation.
and then Connie just like bursts in and the camera's just kind of like ugh. Yeah, from right there I was like this is gonna be uncomfortable.
Wait, how many times have you seen it?
I've seen it 3 times.
Okay.
All right, so have I.
You know
Which
how we
one's
say
Connie?
sometimes this movie could be cut? Is it too long? This movie was exactly the right length.
An hour 40.
I never felt the length, and yet the whole time I was going, I just need to get through this. And I don't mean that like a bad way. I mean like
You're hooked.
This is just not gonna end well. Like it just kept going from bad to worse, and oddly, as a friend of mine used to say, it's like watching a snake eat a pig. It's like horrifying, but you can't take your eyes off
Yeah.
of it.
Yep.
And that's how I felt about this movie. It's like this is like crazy, but I can't stop
That's
watching
true.
it. I just don't want to turn it off, even though last night I clearly fell asleep at some point. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying that's how they did. Because I know we were talking about the frantic, because that's how they kind of did the movie. Was apparently they didn't really like lock down any of the locations when they were filming it. Like they didn't. They just let pedestrians walk through
That's their
everything.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then what they told people, if anyone asked, like, "Oh, what are you filming?" They were like, "Oh, it's just like a social project. Like it's not a movie. It's not anything."
But they had permits and everything.
Oh, they had permits.
Okay.
I'm saying they didn't like lock
Of
it
course
down.
they did.
Well, it wasn't like a Satellite 12
No.
production.
We always have permits. What are you talking about?
What are
Just to be
those?
clear, we always have permits
No,
with the city of
and-
Los
yeah.
Angeles.
Permits,
so-
insurance.
We went through
permission.
Film LA, so
Definitely
um,
permission.
So that's how they got that frantic look. And apparently I read too, like, I don't know how much of this is exaggerated, because you always hear about it where they were saying that, like, I guess Robert Pattinson or someone was basically one of the only ones that got like a full script for the movie, and then everyone else was just given like, they kind of did the whole like Curb Your Enthusiasm thing where they gave them like brief outlines of what's going to happen.
I
and,
think
like,
that's cool.
And they encouraged
Keeps it very like immediate as an actor. It's
Some,
like, boom.
yeah,
This is
which
what you're
which
doing.
I think is interesting, because you don't like obviously you get that a lot like when you watch like comedies like Reno 911 and a bunch of like actually comedy films, but I'm like, you don't really hear much about like full on encouraging like improv in dramas or like
That's true. You don't.
yeah.
Who was just for context? Who is the actor who played the
brother.
the brother? I know the one he thought he was getting the brother.
That's that's their friend. That's their longtime
Now,
friend.
has he? I didn't recognize him at
I
all.
know,
Of course, it's hard to
he's-
recognize him. His face was
yeah,
bashed
his face
up
was
the
yeah, I
bashed
entire
think
movie.
he's only been in the Safdie stuff. I think he was
that
also
guy-
in Uncut Gems.
That guy was. Who was
Oh
he?
wait, was
I
it?
don't remember,
I think
but-
wasn't. No. I was thinking maybe he was the guy who worked at.
Oh, the jewelry store?
Yeah, but I don't think that was
No,
him.
no,
That
no.
scene
That's
wasn't
him. That's
improvised
older.
too. They just beat him up and they
That
didn't tell him they were
guy-
filming a movie.
And they actually like gave him acid. That's how he knocked out.
That guy was good.
Yeah.
That guy
Time?
was so good. Okay, question.
And then he was bad. He
Real
was very
bad.
Good and bad. Oh, he was
Down bad.
Question. Because I think I might have missed this. What was in that Sprite bottle? They kept saying acid, but acid to me is LSD and it's a pill. So what
well, no,
what
it's a
is
solution.
that?
it can be a liquid.
It can be a liquid as
Oh, see,
well.
I don't know that.
Of
Oh,
course,
just
you
Yeah, I
don't.
was trying to
Twice.
figure that out too.
I only do cocaine. and
Or-
Because
drugs.
did you
I
see?
would
Did
s-
you see?
Wow, could you cut that out, please? No.
Did you see the scene where they dropped it onto the piece of paper?
Yeah.
'Cause they
No,
cut-
I probably did.
So you know how like acid
that might be
is
the
on
part where I
yeah,
kind of.
so the acid is like paper, but it's a solution that they put on.
Yeah,
so it's
and then you just put it in your
concentrated.
mouth.
Yeah,
I just
Then you
gotta,
just put it in your mouth.
put it in your mouth.
I just gotta say, poor guy though. That security guard is just there doing his job.
That's Captain
Oh
Phillips.
my gosh!
yeah.
Who is it?
Captain
he was in
Phillips.
Captain Phillips. I'm the captain now.
Oh,
Look
that's
at me.
the guy.
Look at me.
I love
I'm the
that
security
guy.
guard. Look at
I
me.
felt
I'm
so
on
bad
acid
for
now.
him.
I'm on acid now. Look at me.
I'm surprised that guy even survived those
Yeah.
punches he took.
Oh my god.
I mean,
That was also real.
So the name of the actor who played the guy is a Buddy Duress.
I love that name.
Yeah, I was gonna say this movie gave me Duress.
That guy was good.
He was good. Yeah,
That was-
I,
yeah.
I like when I like, and I feel like this is this mostly only happens in indie films where like just this random actor is very, very good, and then they don't do anything after.
Yeah, because he was only in like a couple of a few films, but
But we don't know what else he does. I mean,
I think he was in one other thing. I don't remember
Sometimes
what
you
it
always
was.
We
find
don't
out it's
know
like,
what-
oh, that was the writer of the movie or like
right,
one of the
oh,
producers.
that guy
Who are
like
we
produces
talking about?
stuff. The guy they
the friend.
the guy
Oh,
they
the friend.
he
Okay.
thought he was picking up
Never
his
mind, never
brother.
mind.
The one that you all
We
fall
don't know.
for.
This guy could be producing stuff. He
That's
could
what
be
I'm- yeah.
writing things. He could be on
Yeah.
Broadway. I mean, we don't know. I mean,
His face is covered. We don't know.
oh, he was. Yeah, the casting in this movie was great. I mean, everybody was really good. It's funny. The girl, his girlfriend.
Oh,
Wait.
is that Jennifer
Oh,
Jason?
Jennifer
No,
Jason.
Jennifer Jason Lee.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, his
Who
girlfriend.
was she in the movie,
Robert
by the way?
Pattinson's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
no,
not
that
Jennifer
wasn't
Jason
Jennifer
The young
Jason
girl.
Lee.
Jennifer
The
Jason
young
Lee
girl.
was the
Sugar Mama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That part creeped me out.
Wait,
Oh,
which
absolutely.
With
Which
the
one?
young girl.
I
when
agree.
they finally went into that house, when he picked up the wrong guy.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Are you talking about the? No, I think he's talking about the girl that they were trying to get the bell. Oh no, no, that was
no,
Jennifer.
that's
about
Jennifer
Robert
Jason.
Pattinson's quote unquote girlfriend.
Who was? Yeah,
Well,
I was gonna
so-
say
no,
who
hold
was
on.
it? Jennifer
Well,
Jason
that
Leigh.
was
Who was
Jennifer
that?
Jason Leigh.
She's the one who was
Corey. That's her
No,
name. That was her
Jennifer's
name in the
an
movie.
older woman. She's like my age.
That's
oh
his
wow,
girlfriend.
did I say that? I'm
Quote,
not
That's
old.
his girlfriend.
That's his
quote,
girlfriend.
unquote,
That's his
yeah.
girlfriend. That wasn't a family member.
No, that's his girlfriend.
That they were trying
I'm
to get the
talking about
bell.
the black girl, the
Okay,
young black girl.
That's what. Okay,
That wasn't his girlfriend.
That was-
that's why he made
He was making
implications.
out
He
with
said,
her.
But
"Girl."
I thought you meant like like girlfriend, like they were together.
Like,
I am
I
so
thought-
Okay,
confused
hold
right
on.
now.
So
I
when
can't
he
even tell
started
you.
making out with her on the couch, I was under the impression that because Connie was about to be on TV
Yeah,
on the
no,
news,
that's why.
that to distract her, he started
Exactly.
making out with her.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's not his girlfriend.
that's not his
I
girlfriend.
think that's where you spaced out
I must have spaced there.
because
Dan.
he was trying to distract her, like
He
Art
was
was
trying to
saying.
distract her because he was about to be on the news,
Right,
and she was
okay.
about to see that he was a criminal.
Gotcha.
So he distracted her by starting making out with her, picked her up, took her to the
right,
room, and
right.
kind
I
of
saw
swooned
that.
her.
I missed that one part, but
Lucky
I did
girl.
see all that.
What a lucky girl.
And then
What a
Whoa.
lucky
No, what
16-year-old.
though? That goatee though.
wonder
on
what
Robert
Sam thinks about
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
You know what? The blonde works.
I
You know,
think
his
blonde
hair,
works.
his hair was
Right.
falling out during the movie because
Look.
they kept bleaching his hair blonde.
Wouldn't it be a terrible way to lose your hair?
Or a great
I'm just doing it the natural way.
No, but sorry. Okay, so again, no, that was not his girlfriend.
So
She was a
Jennifer
girl who is his
Jason
friend.
Leigh was his girlfriend.
She was the one
The
where they
sugar
went to get
mama.
the sugar mama, where they went to get the bail bond, where they're trying to do.
Well, here's
That
the,
was the girlfriend,
Right.
Yeah,
right?
here's the
I,
thing.
I thought
where did
that was a family
missed,
member.
Yeah, I was gonna say I missed that as a girlfriend.
Wait, are you sure that was a girlfriend?
What
Because
happened?
she was in
what
the
happened
house
that gave
with
you
the.
that indication?
Okay, hold on. So
This is a great
chaos,
conversation, by
chaos,
the way.
chaos.
This is like
that
the movie.
She was crazy
so
too,
let's.
but
So Patterson's character, you don't like him. No one likes him. He uses people. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
was using that girl. He wants her to think that she's his girlfriend, but he wants the money because her mom's pretty well off. So when he needed that $10,000, that extra $10,000,
Right.
he's like, oh, I'm gonna get her and then have her use her mom's credit card to pay for the rest of the bail bond.
But it was declining.
Yes,
But
yes, yes,
it's
yes,
quote,
yes,
unquote,
yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. I
Sugar
remember.
mama
Solid
more
plan.
than-
Now I
Right?
have that. Right.
Same.
I
Like,
remember
he
that.
doesn't see people as people. He just sees them as like, how can this
Things,
person
yeah,
help
connection.
me? How can?
A stepping stone.
Yeah, because
if you
I just
must.
remember that scene was like, it was so chaotic to me too, because it's like, she's like upset on the phone because her mom gets mad.
And she doesn't realize
Yeah,
he's
she doesn't.
using her.
Because there's obviously, and that's the thing that's it's like, there's obviously like something like wrong with her, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, it's not a good time.
Was something wrong with her? I
So
thought everybody
you've
just
seen-
screams like
You
that.
guys have seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
I
Jennifer
lived
Jason
it.
Leigh in,
Yes.
her, in the beginning of her career. You've seen Hateful Eight?
Yes.
That was Jennifer Jason Leigh as she was the one they were
The
trying
Hateful
to
Eight?
take to jail, right? She was
Yeah.
the one, right?
Also with bail bonds, no, because he got like a bond or something. What are they called to get her?
Bail bond.
They did create a bond in this movie. Yes.
In what movie?
Hateful Eight. Wasn't he? What are they called?
A bounty hunter.
Thank you. Never mind.
Yeah, Kurt
Oh,
Russell was the
what's
bounty
his
hunter.
name?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
I haven't
the
seen
bounty
that
hunter.
movie.
No.
I
No.
would. Here's
I
what
actually
I,
haven't seen it either.
here's what I will say about that. I'm a huge fan of
QT.
Jennifer
yes,
Jason Leigh.
of
Quentin
Quentin
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Oh, yeah.
A huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of that movie. I think it's okay. I think it had some really good stuff in it, but overall, it doesn't really quite.
It-
It doesn't quite make it.
I think.
I don't know why exactly. but it doesn't quite
Let's not go
make
any
it.
deeper than that.
I'm just gonna say no. I'm just gonna say one sentence.
Okay.
That's it. I think it should have been a stage play.
Well, it feels like a play.
That's what I'm saying.
For
It would have
And we're
played.
done.
And back to good time.
Not you, him.
She was in
Just
I
not-
Annihilation
know.
too.
Why
We could
is
have-
it called Good
we,
Time?
You know, we could do a movie podcast just on Quentin Tarantino.
We could.
Just
Let's
open
not.
it up and
I'm
just do
down.
that. Just talk about.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's a
I
great
love
idea.
Quentin Tarantino.
Why not? Let's do
one
one.
one
do it.
season
No, no,
should
no.
be
Do one
just for
called-
Tarantino.
Let's
We'll-
just do one called Quentin Tarantino.
we'll
we
do
just talk
it-
about his movies
we'll
for
do
like
it
an
with
hour and a
Dan.
half. For an hour.
We'll
I
do
would
it when
be
the
okay with
critic
that.
comes out. We can do a retrospective.
And then
Let's
we
do that.
and
Because
then
it'll
we'll-
be his last
How many
movie.
years
I think
from
this-
now is that going to
I
happen?
think it's next year.
I think it's
Oh,
a great
okay.
idea because, I mean, why not? Guy
Wait, Art,
deserves
did-
our.
did you-
He deserves us to give him that.
Did
doesn't
you
he?
ask why it's a good time?
Why is it called Good Time?
What do you? Why do you think you have
Yeah,
any?
let's talk about that
you have
title.
any theories?
Let's go around the room about the title.
I'm gonna have Art start. I feel
Okay.
like he would.
Because there was nothing about a good time about it.
Isn't it
I would
ironic?
hate to call all of that
a good time. Are you saying there was some sarcasm going on?
I'm gonna be.
Have to have been.
I'm gonna
What's
be
a good
super
time
sarcastic.
about
you're saying
everything that's happened in the movie?
You wouldn't want to spend time with a stranger in a theme park looking for A, a Sprite bottle full of acid, and B, a bag of money?
I mean, that alone is a good time, but everything else that happened after finding the bottle and
Not a
after
good
getting the
time.
money
The
was
other
not a good
variables.
time.
So, I
To
think
each their own.
I think the reason it's called Good Time is because his whole plan is at the end of the day, he's going to get his brother back, and they're going to laugh and be like, oh, all of that was crazy, but
He never
at
did.
the end of the that was his plan. He was like, but at the end of the day, we had a good time, huh? Like, you know when you
Sad.
just go on a crazy
really
adventure?
think that?
No,
It's
I'm just
sad
making this
that
up.
he never reached that part.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
I mean,
sometimes
that's,
you have a crazy story.
I know
you're like,
you're
Yeah.
but
joking,
we had a
but
good
that
time.
at least helps me because I.
That's what I
absolutely-
think. I'm, like, half
absolutely
joking.
do not like the title of that movie.
So, do you think it
And
should have been called
and
Bad
I'm not s-
Time?
I don't. I just think that
Not a
title,
good time? Crazy time?
Terrible time.
That title would never lead me to that movie.
Let me
Same.
look it
It's
up.
not a good title in terms of just. You can argue whether it's a good title, in terms of how you interpret the movie. But I'm just talking about as a title to get you to the movie. That is not a good title.
And I think that's
Did
a
you see
great
the
marketing
poster?
thing, though. Because, I might have a good time. Robert Pattinson, bleached, goatee, let's go.
Did you
no.
Well,
Did you
I
see the
hear, I hear
poster?
that part I hear you, but you know what I mean though.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
title
I,
itself.
I actually
Yeah.
started thinking during the credits, what would have I named this movie? It's
Well,
just
I
it
got
feels
it.
like
I
was
it needed
expecting
a
a
different
comedy.
title. Right?
I was expecting like a
It was
comedy
kinda
or
funny.
like
Well, the word "good time" is in it. That sounds good.
I
When
got
his
it.
brother fell through the window?
No,
I
you-
don't
no,
know.
you
So funny.
Yes, I do. Yes,
Okay.
I do.
No, you don't, Travis.
I do.
This is gonna be goofy.
No, the title comes from prison slang. Good time is prison slang. The term means time reduced from a prisoner's sentence for good behavior while incarcerated. Pattinson's character Connie is meant to have been let out of prison early for good behavior, but heads right back to criminal activity.
Oh, see, we
So
did
he had-
not even
He
get.
had good. He was.
He
while
was
he
good
was
time.
in prison. He had good time.
Yeah.
And they let him out.
Oh,
early.
okay.
Yeah, well,
But you see, we don't know that
because
it's not
none of us
explained
none
anywhere.
of us have street cred.
And but no.
Anyone has been to jail?
But we're talking.
Yes.
No.
I spent the night in jail.
So Frank, tell us.
I was in county for a night. You spent more time than a night, right?
A week.
I was there for a night. County jail. County, my friend.
In the 60s.
for stealing a bottle of
He was-
acid
he
and
built-
stealing
he-
money.
No, you had to
The
build.
18th.
You had to build the railroads.
I was going to say.
God.
I don't know.
wanted to build the railroads.
But they wouldn't let him.
That's why I went to jail.
The movie "Oh Brother Where Art Thou?" That was like when Dan was in jail.
There you go.
All right, so good time.
Good
I thought it was
time.
good time.
It's a weird title. I'm sorry.
It
But
is,
now it
but
makes
I think
sense.
now
Yeah.
it
But
makes
it
sense.
doesn't matter. I mean, it does make sense, but I'm just saying I'm on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Why does that title, it just doesn't, it's
I think-
not
I
a
guess
good
for someone
title.
who wouldn't know what that title
Right.
would mean, would probably get drawn to it thinking it's a
good
different. It's a,
But
yeah.
did you,
Or
has
comedy.
anyone
I'll
Yeah.
seen
bet
the
the poster
poster?
didn't look like
Comedy.
a good
No,
time.
it
Because I
wasn't-
thought it
it
was
was
going to be a
suspicious.
comedy.
Yeah, it probably didn't
That's
look
what
good.
drew me in because I remember when I was on the carousel on Amazon looking through, and it was called Good Time. So it was in green font. It said Good Time, but then the poster was kind of red and it was kind of chaotic. So I was like, "Ooh, it intrigued me." I
Can
was
I
like,
just say 3 words to you right now?
"Can I say
No, can
say
I
3
just-
words to you?"
Can I just say 3 words to you?
Yes.
Fight.
Hang on. out of retirement.
Can I
And you know what I'm saying.
can I say 3 words to you?
Sure.
Shut the fuck up.
That's 4.
No, he kind of bled the fuck together. You know what I'm saying.
He does. That's
So
why.
you could justify it any way you
But
want
did I
to, but
name
that's
this
a
movie
bad
Good Time?
title.
Did I name this movie Good Time? Do you
No.
see screenwriting credit when you
Yeah.
go through the movies? Does it say written or based off the idea by?
You know what I'm saying.
Dan, you know what? I don't like the title Little Mermaid, so I'm gonna believe you.
That's a young mermaid.
Dan's
I
directing
think
a show of Little Mermaid for
I think
people
Little
that don't
Mermaid
know.
connects very well to that show.
You think so? Do you think it's a good time?
I think. No.
I mean,
Apparently, he was just looking for a good time.
Ew.
I was like, I
That's
was
not ew.
I was looking through my text to see when you suggested it. It was like in 2019.
Oh, right before Batman.
Yeah. And then you made that exact joke.
Travis is a recycler of jokes.
Oh.
We've clearly
He's the
established
master.
that.
He's the master
Within the
recycler.
second episode of season 1.
Someone asked me today. They said, Travis,
Why
how
do you make jokes?
No, yeah, they're like, how do you remember these jokes? They're like, why do you have so many jokes? And I said, I don't. I said, I've just been saying the same jokes for years, so I never forget them. But
He's
here,
like that big blue trash can in the
We'll
back.
post this
It's
on
just
our
full
social-
of recycling.
He's self-aware. That's all. That's all that matters.
We'll post
Oh,
this
God,
on our
no.
social. This is the poster for Good Time that I saw, and I
he's-
was like,
he
oh,
said
that
that
looks
so
kind
many
of
times
cool.
that we're gonna post on IG,
Now-
and he
now-
never does.
And
Now,
we never
when you look at
do.
the poster and the title, that works for me. But if you just say to me, "We're watching Good Time next week," that's not a good title.
to you.
I remember when we did mention that. You mentioned the TV show. You're like, "Are we talking about that?" We're like, "No."
Good
Yeah.
times.
Never.
Why,
Good
would, why would
times.
we ever do that, Dan?
Yeah. Why?
Why would we ever do that? That's exactly what we said.
Well, that's what we're doing next week. We're
Well-
watching Good Times.
Okay, well, I kind of get that, but at the same time, like, we don't really, like, you can suggest a movie and say, hey, look, watch this movie, this is what it's called, but you don't often just find out about a movie just based off the title and then just go, I'm going to watch it. Because if we did, like, think about some titles like, say, X or... What else? The Omen.
Sallow. Oh.
If you never knew what Sallow or The Omen were about, would that make you want to watch those movies?
I mean, that's what
I-
drew me to Sallow.
Really?
I hear
Well,
you.
it was
I hear
Sallow,
you.
120 Days of Sodomy. So I'm like, I wonder
Okay, well,
why
yeah.
you're going through 120
but
Days of Sodomy.
That's
Let
a
me
lot
watch
of sodomy.
that. I know.
That's exhausting.
That makes sense, though. Like when you're driving down the boulevard and you see the billboard, the poster
You'll
of
see
the
a
name
poster,
of the
yeah.
movie, and the poster, you're looking at the entire visual experience. So the title's part of it, but it's really the artwork
Can you
that
pull it up
tells
again?
you what the
Because-
movie really is.
No,
Sorry.
yeah, because with this one, Good Time, you
that-
can't
that
really tell the
poster.
title. It's more of Pattinson on it.
Yeah,
So,
and-
No, but
and
that
he's
poster really tells you this is not
And
going
would
to
it
be a
make
good
but I
time.
you-
feel like they made Pattinson bigger than the title. So, and at that point, he's already known.
Because
I
he's
mean-
a big actor.
And
Twilight.
here's the thing: without giving too much,
I can't
without
see
giving
it.
too much away. Now, let's
Yeah.
say you were driving and you saw the poster. Like, let's say in a world you didn't like these kind of movies, you didn't like crime movies, and you just saw Good Time and you saw Robert Pattinson. Would that make you say, "Oh, that looks interesting. I'm gonna look that up. I want to see what it is," or would you just say, "I don't know what that title means," and just keep
But
driving?
that poster you just showed us shows us that is not that's a dark movie. That's not a fun movie.
You've
That poster
never,
is not
you've never
fun.
ran down the street with your buddy holding hands like that?
That's how
I'm not
Dan and
going
I
to
got
comment
to.
on
That's
what
how
I do
Dan
with
and
my
I-
friends when Travis and I are running down the street together.
to get here
Sam,
today.
he likes musicals, okay? I think that's all we need to
And then he wanted a spoon with Travis that one day.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah,
No. We were
each other.
using
What?
spoons.
we were at Bed Bath and Beyond. We were
actually
going
getting
shopping.
spoons.
I don't know. That's not how we found you guys.
That's true.
Wait,
You
why
found us
would-
getting forks.
Oh,
That's not better, Travis.
Yeah, you guys are
mean?
definitely forking.
Fork that ain't better than spooning, let me tell you.
Or how about the pillows?
Those aren't pillows.
They were dirty
No,
pillows.
but I don't know. I mean, I don't
Dirty
think the
pillows.
title. I'm not going to
Dirty,
argue and
dirty
say
pillows.
I think it's the best title I've ever heard. I'm not going to say it's the worst. I just think it's fine.
I think we've
Like,
gone
it's-
15
it's-
minutes on this damn
yeah,
title.
It's enough for me to say Good Time.
Josh,
I'll
Benny,
watch it,
change
so-
the damn title.
Okay, Benny, his acting
Vibes.
in this was really
Oh,
good.
absolutely. My crew member who is hard of hearing, he said that that's not the greatest portrayal of someone like that. So,
He didn't have a ton of screen time, guys.
no.
I was gonna say he was only in the movie in total for like 15
Quarter,
20
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
minutes.
that front end scene, By the way, that psychiatrist or whatever, that was one creepy ass looking guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like really freaking creepy
Dan,
looking.
my
was so
brother, my
nice.
brother was in this movie, and that was him. Don't you ever?
What's the age gap on that?
How old were your parents?
My uncle. Sometimes we call him brother. You know, my dad's brother. No, but I think even though he had limited screen time, I think he has my favorite scene in the movie, and I think he has the best scene of acting.
The last part?
Is the last part at the end. I think
During the credits?
During the credits, when he realizes
Fantastic.
That was
that
so
his
sad.
brother
Fantastic.
doesn't care about him, it's just trying to use him, and he just has that realization.
I don't see it that way. I saw it as he's now alone. He doesn't have anybody he can depend on.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
the whole movie that his older brother was trying to save him.
Yeah, but that's what I think. But I think it's like, again,
Into
it's
the
like
mic, my friend.
because he told his brother, "Oh, like take the fall," you know, not take the fall, but when you cut, it's like, "I'll go after you." I think that's the thing he just realized. It's like his brother doesn't care about him. He doesn't care about anyone.
I didn't get that either.
Oh, I'm the only one who got that.
Yeah.
Well, no, what I got, which is actually
I
maybe
think
a
he
little
realized
different.
that he had no other choice but to survive without him because he wasn't going to be around
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, that makes sense.
I like
too.
how it start. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no.
No, go on.
That
Will you
think-
let him go on?
Yes.
Go ahead.
because at the very end, the way he was looking on the ground and the way he just looked defeated when the teacher was like, cross the room where if you ever
Been alone or something.
been alone.
Yeah.
She also said, if you ever been in love, and he just stood still. And then at the end, I think the last question she said was, cross the room if you've ever felt alone.
Yeah.
And then he just looked so defeated, and he slowly started walking. And I think that he just realized at that point that he was alone, and
Yeah.
his brother was not coming to help him or save him.
Because everybody else was crossing the scene, and he kept standing there, and you're right. And then that came, and then he was crossing the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
I thought
song
it
was weird. The
Didn't it
song
f-
was like a monologue, and then you heard a melody.
It felt very Leonard Cohen to me.
I think it was Iggy Pop.
It was Iggy Pop.
It was Iggy
And
Pop.
But I felt like, do you guys know who Leonard Cohen is?
Yes, he
Yeah.
wrote Hallelujah.
It felt very much like a kind of song Leonard Cohen would do. Like
Yeah.
that very sort of dark and like, I'm just down here doing
it's
this.
so- it's-
I liked it. I thought that song was great at the
It's
end.
a wonderful
closing
choice
credits.
because from the very get-go, the score has been very electronic.
Yes.
And the point where he realized, oh, I'm alone or whatever, that's when they start using like that particular song.
Yeah. It was
So-
cool. That ending
At
was
least that's
cool.
what I got from it.
And
Yeah.
it was. I agree with you. And I thought it
Yeah,
was
Travis, you're
cool
wrong.
that. I thought it was.
I was
cool.
like, thought that too. I thought that too. But
Uh-huh.
then
Now you
that was
did.
the other thing I was going to say. I thought it was cool that they played that whole scene out while the credits were rolling.
Yeah.
Like
You have to sit
normally
with
when the
it,
credits
yeah.
are rolling, you've already kind of concluded everything, and now we're just sort of we're sort of playing it out. But this was like the scene was still going. We were still getting.
For me, like I feel bad for the little brother, so I just kept watching the credits, even
Oh.
though it's so sad. I'm like, no, I'm here for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I
Yeah.
think that's.
It made you feel bad for the guy,
That's
right?
what
Absolutely.
that's what you want. I think that was they
Yeah.
were trying to achieve that,
Yeah.
and they did.
yeah, with the credits playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I still
Thanks
think
for your
that
contribution.
I still think that Dan's kind of right in that like
What is it wrong? I know.
Wow, I didn't know where it was going right there.
like
That was chaotic.
yes, Connie does want to save his brother, but that doesn't mean that he's also not using him and everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
now you got.
That's
you're
what I
right,
kept
Frank
saying.
needs
like
to-
at the end of the day, he's still a narcissistic manipulator.
Oh, now you agree.
Because you weren't explaining it that way.
You know, Frank.
Dummy.
That's what
So
Frank
the
does.
thing that we
I
do
know,
is
so
that
that's what I said.
Travis will rant for a couple minutes, and then I'll say the exact same thing
In
but
way
like
fewer words.
because too
It's
many
Travis.
words bad. When few
It's like in the
hang on.
office.
when few words do
Dude.
trick.
But the entire plot,
I want that on a shirt.
was driving this entire plot is that Connie is trying to raise the money to save his brother.
Yeah, of course.
The that is the plot.
Yeah. And he's leaving a trail of
Oh,
I feel-
a very messy
a
trail.
very
mean,
messy trail of
it's-
broken people.
Because those two are the only people they can rely on each other. So, yes, he's narcissistic, but when it comes to his brother, I think it shows he'll do anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And yes, he'll use people, but just not his
He won't
brother.
do that.
I mean, he did
No, he
still
won't
kind
do
of
that.
use him
No,
to
he's
like
not using his
rob
brother.
that
No,
bank.
no,
I
I'm saying
agree.
he would use
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What?
I
What
mean, he
happened?
still kind of used them to rob
Well,
the
but
bank.
you
Yeah,
don't
no.
you don't think he would like
He
sell
just
out
had
his
to tag
brother?
along.
But he didn't know that. I mean, yes, he was.
He could have left him in that thing and done like
Yeah.
it wasn't a 2-person job. It was a 1-person job. All he had to do was show
But how
up.
was he using him? Because he didn't do anything at the bank either way. How's he using
So then
them?
why have him tag along
You're
to begin
right.
with?
This
'Cause
movie
he's-
sucks.
I think
I
it's
know
just,
he's
I
like the
think,
caretaker. What are you gonna fucking do? Leave your brother on the street? Just wander off? Like,
Well, no, but he was in a session. He could have done it while he was in the session.
but he didn't want his brother to like feel defeated, so that's why he barged in. I was like,
Yeah,
no.
well, you're wrong. So
Honestly, though,
you're
I
wrong.
feel like he could have robbed the bank on his own without the brother, because
Yeah,
it
that's what
seemed
Frank's
pretty
saying.
easy. He just wrote a note to the girl and said, "I want $65,000. Don't say a word. Just put it in the bag and I'll
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here."
Well, okay, if
It
he
was
leaves
so
the
easy.
brother,
He had
then
such a good
there's no
time.
movie, guys.
well, duh.
but that's
Duh.
the thing. It's like yeah, I know he was going after, but it's like he could have used him as like a fall guy, you know, like if something I don't know, like
I mean, if you think about it, he probably used him as a fall guy, like
Exactly,
you said,
yeah.
and he ended up being the fall guy.
and that's the thing too. It's like yeah,
And
I
then there
know
was another
he's
fall
saying
guy.
it's his brother, but
Ryan Gosling,
and
the
that's
fall
the
guy.
thing I think too is I think like his brother kind of realizes too. It's like yeah, you know, he could have like. Or like the guy is, it's like yeah, they're brothers, and you know Benny Safdie loves his brother, but at the same Robert Pattinson, it's like yeah, he would just like sell him out.
Frank,
Unless,
translate.
unless Connie knew that because of his mental disability, they knew that
He'd get
if
a
he
shorter
ended up
s-
being the fall guy, and if he ended up being arrested, that they wouldn't have put all the charges on him because he
Exactly.
was mentally incapable
I think
Exactly.
I
of doing something
still
like
think
that,
you're all
which
wrong.
would have ended up him being successful, knowing that he wasn't really going to get jail time.
Yeah, because if one of them were gonna get jail time and then the brother
Do you
got
guys
it,
want your own podcast?
Maybe.
he's our guest. You know, he's our guest.
Let me ask you a
Be
question.
nice.
After they robbed the bank, got the money, and got away, when the bag exploded with the red dye, did you guys go, "Oh wow, that's crazy,"
I
or,
thought that was
or did you
smart.
before think
It's
what? I think that's actually a thing
it is.
Yeah.
Is it?
But
Yeah.
it's usually blue dye.
Yeah.
because
that's
they
the
go.
thi-
She
Or
went
like actual
into.
ink. Yeah.
For me, if there was ever if any kind of false note where I'm sorry when I went, wait a minute, when they let her walk to the other room, I
Yeah.
went, you're not going to do that. That's not going to happen.
I would have
I
been
mean,
like,
I guess you're
Yeah.
an idiot. You're
Yeah.
letting her walk out of the room. First of all, she never needed to come back. Let's start there.
Fair.
so
yeah.
she's wrong.
So that
She's
no,
also-
I thought the
no,
same
Just
thing. though.
idiot.
She
I
went-
thought the same thing.
Yeah, she went and
She
got
could have
the
just ran out, called the
Mhm.
cops
No,
in that other room,
it's
got
just-
a manager to call. Yeah.
my
Bank robbing days.
my grandfather was a president of a bank, and he when I was a kid he took me in and he showed me like there were two things. There was a button on the floor that your foot would touch, but there was also on all the bills, the 20s. There was a set of 20. If you pulled it, that thing dropped and it set an alarm off.
Oh,
Oh,
A
really?
wow.
silent alarm.
Oh shit.
So and also there was a foot on silent alarm.
I didn't
So
know
you
about the
had-
foot one. That's
you had-
pretty
you
cool.
had two. This is when I was a kid.
Made it
It's
very
like the
discreet.
60s. So this whole I knew about this, like the exploding. I knew that existed, but obviously it's not coming out of the cash register. She stepped out and went and got that
Yeah.
whatever. I just thought that was weird.
I
When
don't-
she walked out of the room, I just thought it was
I don't
weird
know.
moment.
Like you expected the things to go wrong at that point.
right, and they did.
I don't
it
know
did.
if it's a real thing, Dan. Like, but it's something. It's a trope. In so many like heist films, it's always a thing. The blue bag. So that's the thing. It's like for me, it's like I feel like every time I see the blue bag, sometimes go off, or this time red bag. It's like even though I kind of expected, I still always kind of do get shocked. I'm like, whoa,
Surprise.
yeah, surprise.
No, me too. I kind of went, oh, but then I
Do that again.
Oh, that's what I did. Then I woke up and I went to bed.
You had a good time.
I had
Drink.
good times.
How chaotic was it in the restroom when they were all trying to clean up and then the
Oh,
the
I
employee
felt
was
like I
like,
was
"Get
being
out."
pressured.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, give me a minute.
Again,
Right?
it was a
Give me
lot of those
5
really
minutes.
extreme close-ups where everything was these kind of random cuts and close-ups that they like to do in their movies.
what you got to do, you know how we sometimes do a clip, like for the episodes. You got to take the changing
no.
room thing, but you got to get the clip from the room in a few minutes.
In a few
In a few
minutes,
minutes,
bitch.
bitch.
You got to throw that in there.
We're gonna have Jen do it.
You can ask her.
She almost said that to her mom.
Wait, really?
'Cause it-
When we have her on the show, she'll tell the story.
What? No, I'm telling you
know.
now. So there was a brief moment where all she watched was The Room, and she would quote it constantly. And she was in the restroom at her old apartment, and then her mom knocked on the door to ask how long it'll take. She goes, "In a minute." And she's like, "Oh, I can't say that."
No, because she thought it was someone else.
Oh, like her brother or something.
She thought it was her brother because they always go. She goes in, and she was going in, and then she decided.
She almost said the line, "In a minute, bitch," but then it was her mom.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, luckily I didn't."
Luckily. And she
Luckily.
is still alive to this day.
Yay! I love her.
The music was really good. I thought this was gonna be done by Daniel.
Day-Lewis?
No,
Stern.
Lopatin, I think is his name. He did the music for Uncut Gems.
No, this is
This was
that
before
electronic
yeah,
Uncut
this was
band.
Gems.
before. Yeah,
10 Tricks or something.
Yes.
something like that.
It was.
I know.
The music was one tricks.
Let
Yeah.
me look it up
Yeah.
the exact name.
And the Safdie
But I liked
brothers
it. I-
directed a couple music videos for this group.
Did they
too,
really?
That did the
Okay.
music. Yeah.
Did they do that before they did Good Time?
Yeah, they did it before, and then you know how they had like the Iggy Pop song at the end too.
Yeah. Did
In
they do that
in one of the
music
music videos, they had like a
When they were
CGI.
5?
They had like Iggy Pop was like in the video.
Oh, nice. That's cool. I sure hope they make more movies.
Gee, I hope they don't.
Okay,
break,
see
I
you
hope they
all.
don't break up.
See you all next week.
That'd be awful if they stopped making movies together.
It would be terrible.
It would not be a good time.
Look
It
at her,
would be an
she's
uncut.
acting.
It would be I would feel like an uncut gem.
Okay, stop.
You're like, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, we're done.
What if they said, you know what? We're gonna get back together. We're gonna do movies for the rest of our lives, but everyone is gonna star Nathan Felder.
Fuck.
Let me ask you a question.
I have time. Speak into the mic and let's do this.
Because
Travis.
the
What's troubling you?
No, nothing. Maybe I don't want to do this. I was going
Do
to
it.
say the effect of this movie, and we're not going to cover Uncut Gems because we'd just be talking about them again and the same thing. But
But that ending.
Well, and then
what
and
about the
iconic.
two
Sam,
movies?
No, and Sam,
I mean, I feel like, did they do any movie between this and Uncut Gems?
No.
no.
Okay.
I think
So-
they did 3 movies overall.
Okay.
Daddy Long Legs, which is now a Criterion thing. Good Time, and then
See, I thought
So
that,
from Good Time to Uncut Gem. So that's the progression of
that
the
was
two
2
movies.
years.
Well, I'm saying the progression of those two movies. Have we all seen Uncut Gem?
Yes.
Uncut Gems?
I have not seen it.
Okay.
they wrote Uncut Gems first.
And they were trying to get
They wanted
Adam
Sandler.
Sandler to do it.
Sandler
He
said
was
no.
resisting.
And I
so
think-
they wrote it first, but they made it second.
Yeah, I think Pattinson was the one that reached out to Safdie. He's like, "Hey, I want to work with
I'm
you."
not going to say that Uncut Gems is a better movie, but I think it's maybe it feels like in a journey. It feels a little more fully realized, and
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that against this movie because I thought this movie was for what it was.
More fleshed out.
I think it was
Yeah.
more fleshed out.
I
I
think
felt it more complete. I don't mean budget-wise. Obviously, they had more budget in that movie, but that's not even it because
I
it
think-
still had that same kind of
Right.
frantic sort of, you know.
But it's
It felt more
it's more
refined.
elevated. Yeah, it's. I think the consequences were a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
a
the
lot
stake-
more were
the stakes
writing.
were-
Oh,
the
yeah.
The
stakes
stakes were higher. Thank you. And it's Adam Sandler. I think he's great in anything but comedy.
wait, you,
don't
didn't
like it-
think
you don't
Uncut
like him in
Gems was
comedy?
funny?
You're not
just
gonna-
the ending.
Sam, and you
You're
know
not going to get an argument out of me for that.
See,
So I agree with you.
I was gonna say this. I'm still gonna
Stop
say
pointing
it.
your fingers at me.
So I was gonna say this,
Because four pointing
but
back
then
at
I
you.
wasn't going to. But then I'm going again. Is I thought they only done 2 movies. So when Dan said we're not going to cover Uncut Gems, I was going to say,
What
yeah,
else?
yeah, because I was going to say because it will run out of movies because they're not doing anymore,
No, I just feel like if we do Uncut Gems, we're just doing this all over
and
again.
then we won't have any more.
You know what I mean?
They won't make any
Do
more
you
movies.
want to get home today?
Yes,
But
please.
having said
I'm
that,
sorry.
and not realizing until I watched the second half this morning that it was the same, you know, the Safi. I thought
Safety.
Safety Brothers, the Safety Dance Brothers.
Yeah. We can direct if you want to.
That was good.
that actually wasn't.
Finally.
You got a good one there.
And if you stop making movies, you're no friend of mine.
So now you've just gone too
You're no
far.
friend of mine now.
Oh shit. All right, I'll see you all next week. I gotta
You
start
won't,
walking.
though.
Which leads me to what Sam, when she said, let's do a moment of silence, it makes me go, yeah, let's be cool if they made 2 or 3 more movies because I think they were like on, you know what I mean? Like, what would the next movie be
The
like?
progression
How would
you
it
can
be-
see,
Yeah, like
yeah.
I think
Elevation.
cut short here.
They were supposed to do another movie with Adam Sandler.
Right, but I hear that's on the shelf now.
Yeah.
They might still do it, but not together.
I think
is what I'm
like
hearing.
a few Oscars ago, there was a picture taken, or the Spirit Awards, of like the Safdies and Nick Cage, and I'm like, that would have been a great team.
Yeah.
That would have been, but no.
I'm sorry.
I would
I
love
thought
to
it was
see what they
funny
would
too.
do with
After
Cage.
I think it was during our
Me
Q.
too, because I'm not a big fan of Nick Cage.
Really?
I like his early stuff.
Oh,
Don't
I
get
love
me
his
wrong.
later stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Con Air has to be your favorite, right?
Oh, I love
What?
Con Air.
Con Air.
It's the hair.
No. I was thinking Raising Arizona.
Valley Girl,
I'm talking
oh.
about his early stuff.
Oh, okay.
Valley Girl.
Valley
Valley
Girl's
Girl.
great.
I think
Didn't like that
I
one.
think it was during our Q&A, Sam.
To me, it was the Las Vegas on.
Leaving-
I'm not
Leaving
hip on
Las
him.
Vegas or something.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think it was
Leaving
during.
Las
He's a
Vegas.
talented guy. Don't get me wrong.
I think it
He's
was.
tall.
Moonstruck?
I think it was during our Q&A where
Cher?
Adam Sandler was
seen
like,
it.
"If I don't get nominated for this movie and for Uncut Gems, I'm gonna go turn around and make the worst comedy anyone's ever seen."
Did
and
he?
he did.
He did. Hubby
Grown-ups-
Halloween.
Grown
No,
Ups
Hoopy
3.
Hoopy
Cute
Halloween.
movie. That was a cute movie.
He actually has another serious movie coming out. where he
The
plays
Spaceman.
Astronaut or Spaceman.
Spaceman. With a weird ass haircut.
Wait, really? That's a
Yeah,
serious
I
movie?
think it's a Netflix.
Look, you can say anything you want to about Adam Sandler.
And we will.
Let me clarify, though. You got to respect the guy for one thing. He's had a hell of a career. I mean, the very fact that he came from Saturday Night Live, he had a great run in terms of theatrical releases. Whether you like those movies or don't, very successful career. Got a great deal with Netflix. I mean, this guy has really, as a businessman, this guy has done a fantastic job
And-
in his career. I have nothing but respect for him.
And the best part is he never has to go through wardrobe. It's just, when he dresses, what he wears in the movie is what he wore to set that
whatever
day.
he left that day from his house.
No, it is. That's what he just feels
And when
like
you
he's
see
wearing.
the guy on like talk shows, late night talk shows, he is so freaking real and engaging and just such a cool guy.
I got a name drop.
honestly,
At my old theater, it was for Uncut Gems, and they were doing a Q&A for 3 days straight, and I was like, I need to be the handler for this. So I was able to
The
spend 3
Adam
days.
Handler?
I get it.
I love it
Continue.
here. But no,
do you
I
really?
hope.
Because I'd like to.
I
I'd
don't.
like
I
to get
want
the
to go
hell out of
home.
here.
I want to go home. You're at home. You're
I
at
know.
home.
This is
I know.
this is
And
the
I
last
still wanna
story.
get the hell out of
No,
here.
this is the
podcasting in
this
bed.
is the last story, and then we'll do our final thoughts, and then
So I don't know where I was going with this, but I was able to
3 days grace.
Thank you. The Safdies and Adam Sandler, and Sandler was the nicest guy I've ever met. You couldn't tell that he's like an actor.
I have heard that from so many people.
Mm-hmm.
He's very real. He's very like, this is who I am. Totally cool guy. Always works with the same people. Keeps a
He
lot
always
of
keeps
people
his friends employed. He was,
Everybody's employed.
Yeah.
and he
His
goes
wife
on a
is in his-
vacation,
is
and he
in
goes on
all his
vacation.
I
movies.
mean,
Yeah.
it's
And his
just
kids.
who does? Hey, I'm making a movie in Hawaii. Hey, yeah, I'm in. I mean,
Did you watch?
gotta love the
Did
guy.
you watch his latest movie with his kids?
no.
It's actually really cute.
The
You
Bat
should watch it because
Mitzvah?
he's rarely in it, and when he is,
Wait,
it's
which movie is
The
this?
bat mitzvah
you're
movie.
not invited. You're
You're not invited.
not invited to my bat mitzvah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
You're
It's a great
so not
title.
invited to my bat mitzvah.
Great
really
title.
good. Watch it.
Okay.
Netflix.
I mean, I agree with you.
Right.
A lot of his comedies I cannot get through
Yeah.
because I'm not a fan of his comedies. I do think he's a talented guy for sure, but it just
No,
I'm not,
yeah.
I'm not into that.
And that's the thing too is like so because we
It's
mentioned
cheesy
vacation
comedies.
is 50 First Dates, which is a movie set in Hawaii. When it was originally written, it was not set in Hawaii. But then Adam Sandler's like, oh, he convinced them to like make it set in Hawaii just because he's like, I want to go to Hawaii.
I think that was like the last of his good comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just and this is the final thing we'll say about Adam Sandler. And then we'll go back to Robert Pattinson. Was Dan? As I agree.
we don't have to.
No, as I agree too, like you said, the businessman is because I feel like Adam Sandler kind of hit the point in his theatrical releases where, you know, Netflix, all these streaming things came out, and I'd see a trailer for an Adam Sandler movie in the theater, and I would say, I don't want to watch this movie.
Yeah,
I'll
you've
wait
seen
until
it
it hits
before.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Or if I would see it on Netflix, I'd be like, yeah, I'll watch it. So then by him just saying one of the first actors to just go and sign this exclusive deal for Netflix, it's like no wonder that movie, what was it? The Wacky Ridiculous Six.
Yeah.
I was like, no wonder, because no one wanted to take their kids to see it. No one, and it was like, well, like it's on Netflix.
Was it a 10
We'll put it
picture
on.
deal with Netflix?
I don't remember. His made a ridiculous amount of
it was
movies.
a multi, I don't know, but 10. But he had
a
Jennifer
lot of
Aniston. I mean, he gets a lot of actors to do the movies with him. This is not like
Yeah.
he's not hurting.
So,
Let's put it that way.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to our double episode on Good Times and Uncut Gems.
Plus
Well,
many
I mean,
more.
Let's give our due.
Wait, hold on.
And
How'd
Mean Girls.
you guys feel about the guy he kidnapped and his side story?
Oh,
That's
when-
tragic.
It's not a good
poor
time.
guy.
Like obviously he wasn't making the best decisions either, but it was basically like, hey, I just got out of jail. I'm trying to do and I'm dead.
Yeah,
But he wasn't a good person
Exactly.
even out of jail, so I didn't feel bad for him.
I felt bad because
I didn't feel
it was.
bad for him.
Yeah, right?
No.
I felt bad for the fact that like
It ended.
Well, the taxi scene where he had to jump off the cab. That wasn't like his.
That was rough, man.
Yeah.
That was,
Well,
that's
Frank,
why he
we
was like,
know how Frank felt
Yeah,
during that
that
scene.
was out of his
that street
control.
was rough. When he,
I just feel like I was looking at two guys going, you guys are both like really fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, this
They're
is
playing chicken, yeah.
yeah. This I mean Pattinson and whatever his name
Yeah.
is. Like this is not. You
Not
guys are
good.
Both.
I loved on that scene how he kept saying like the taxi cab was going 35, 40 miles per hour, and then it shows the scene to the dash cam and it was 80 miles per hour, and then he decided to jump off.
He was on acid at that time, he couldn't tell.
see, this is a comedy.
it is a good
A
time.
family
It was a good time, wasn't it?
All right, so Dan, what
Final
are your
thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Art.
Oh, do you know how the final thoughts work?
Have you listened to our podcast?
He's like, you guys have a podcast?
And if you haven't,
why is he here?
So you,
Yeah, man, you guys had a podcast.
I thought we were just playing pretend.
so
It's out of 5.
The acid
and
just
you
wore
pick
off.
an item.
Yeah.
You pick an item from the movie, so you can be like, oh, I give it like
1.
out of like
Underage
money
makeout out
bags.
of.
Money bags.
I feel like Art can handle this.
1 goatee out of 5 goatees.
She read my thoughts because
Oh,
I was gonna
shit.
say I gave it a 10 for the goatee
we go out of 5.
and facial hair.
That's
'cause
how
I
much.
dig it.
That's how great it was.
And then maybe like a good 6.
We're so much fun here.
A good 6 stashes
Wait,
out of
wait,
5.
Is it out of 5?
Out of
Yeah.
5.
And I said
you
a
went.
6?
Yeah, you went above and beyond.
What did you think?
How
let
many
me
did
help
you-
Art out. What did you think of the movie? What are your final sort of like, and then score it?
Gave me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, I agree.
So anyways,
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if it was low budget or it was purposely made that way. And then I guess based on everyone's conclusion, it was low budget. Okay, out of 5, I would say I'd give it a 3.
Okay,
That's good.
that's fair
And a 10 for the goatee and facial hair
for sure.
because I dig it.
So did I. That's a great one. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 5 out of 5.
You wanna
7
go?
out of 6.
Nice.
Which direction are we going?
Frank can go.
Frank,
6
you're
out
on,
of
buddy.
9.
And that's it.
I really liked it the first time I saw it. The second time I saw it, I also really liked it. And this last time, I thought it was a good time.
Someone must have died from alcohol poisoning at this point, and it's
I like
me.
this
I'm
movie.
trying.
You may not like this movie. I like this movie.
I was making fun of it. I was making fun of him for it today.
It's hard being the buffoon, isn't it?
I don't know why you're asking yourself.
Honestly, the way we make fun of him, it seems like he's the lead of this podcast. We need to stop.
I think he
He's
is
the main
star.
character.
He's the
We're
main
just
star.
supporting.
I
I'm
think
not.
he's the main character. He's the
I'm
curly.
not.
A main
of the,
star would
he's
say
the
that.
curly of the Stooges here.
Guys, I'm not.
Can you do like a more updated reference, please?
No, I can't.
The Three Stooges, but from the Mad TV characters.
No, jeez.
No, from the movie.
Yeah, the Fairley Brothers.
All right.
Farley,
I thought
that's
the
okay.
music was good. I thought the cinematography was good. The acting was really good. It made me super uncomfortable. Every single thing that happened made me more uncomfortable. Yeah.
You say that with a smile on your face. I'm kind of
Because
scared.
I love
Uncomfortable.
I love when movies like have me like in two states, very invested and also repulsed. And this movie did both. So I would probably
Or you will.
say that like if you didn't like this
You didn't like this movie.
And that's funny
okay.
because that's not
That's
even the
okay.
words I said.
It's been telephoned so many ways.
I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 wheelchair access vans.
Each word you said just got worse and worse. Wheelchair,
Access van.
I really dig it. It's not a movie that I'm gonna like return to so often, but whenever somebody suggests a good movie, it would be
It's
in
a
my
good
list of like,
time.
check these out. But
I don't
this
know.
one first.
No, Frank,
Watch it with
It's a good
family.
time.
I
It's a
don't
good
know
time.
why, Frank. I thought you were gonna say it's not a movie I'm gonna return to the video store.
Well, I'm not.
All right, Dan.
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 I was, I really liked it.
So, anyways,
I really did. You know, after I found out it was the same guys who did Uncut Gems, I was like, oh, shut up. And I thought, wow. I mean, Joni and I saw this. I thought, I could watch this again. Maybe Joni could watch this. I think she would like it. No. I mean, like, you it's a weird thing, right? These movies, like, you like it, but you also don't like it because it's really uncomfortable, but you kind of dig that, but then you kind of go, God, this is awful. And awful meaning, like, what I'm experiencing and feeling, this is really dreadful. 'Cause
Like a
this-
Serbian film.
Yeah. No, it's like watching a friggin' pig, a snake eat a pig, right?
Like a
It's also
Serbian
in a
fi- like a
Serbian film.
Serbian
Yeah,
film.
so
It's
you're,
just
on,
that
you're
whole, like,
right on track.
This is so...
So we're watching a Serbian film next week.
It's right on track, like the wheelchair access.
not doing this. No.
Upgrade.
So it's like a train. It's like a train derailment. You
Yeah.
can't look
Can't take it.
away.
But I did really like. I thought it was really well done. I have to
Yeah.
say, honestly. The other thing, though, was like, this is not the kind of movie. Go ahead, Travis, jump in.
No, go ahead.
No, please.
No,
I'm just laughing. I don't know why still when Frank rated the movie at a wheelchair access. I don't know why.
I'm trying to bring us back.
know why I think
I'm
it's
trying
so
to bring us back here, please.
Go ahead.
I can't because you're laughing so much off mic. You're like backing up, going,
Like Mike.
you brought attention to it,
Yeah,
I
Dan.
know.
Like
Well, I
Mike.
can't help it. I'm
True.
watching it.
That's true. All right, continue.
I got nothing. No, I really did enjoy it. What a terrible thing. I did not enjoy it. I
It
appreciate
gave you a good time.
I want them to like love that they was at the office with Michael was talking about his children. I want them to be afraid of how much they love.
Oh, be afraid how much I love you.
Yeah.
I was so engaged with it. But I was watching going, I would never want to make a movie like this, like as a director, writer, whatever,
So you don't
filmmaker.
you don't want Good Time with Roger
This is
Garland?
not the kind of this is not the kind of movie I would ever want to make. But I really love watching movies like this. I mean, and there aren't really very many movies like this. This is really so wildly uncomfortable. And anyway, I will say, really good acting, great casting. Cool cinematography, everything about it. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to give it 3.9. So obvious. Sprite bottles.
God damn it.
It's so obvious,
You can
right?
pick the paper now.
The paper. Oh, yeah, the acid paper.
3.9 Sprite bottles of acid, I guess. I guess that's what was in there. Out of 5.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Nice.
it's cool. I mean, I brought Joni up because she really liked Uncut Gems. So part of me, it's like, maybe I'd watch it again. She might like to watch it. I mean, it's really, really well done. I
Yeah.
really liked
What
it
did
a
you
lot.
like more, Good Time or Uncut Gems?
I think Uncut only because I think it's just a more...
None of them
fully-
sound like a
I
good
think
time.
he prefers uncut for sure.
That's what I said. None of them sound like a good
Yes,
time.
uncut versus not cut
Yeah.
would
Why
be
would
my
you
way
continue?
to go. I'm
And the
just
way you
saying,
had to,
if
like-
I had a choice,
Do you get to keep the tips?
Travis, oh my god.
tip the servers. They're working on it tonight. Anyway, I'm not sure I'll watch it again, but I'm really glad I saw it. I mean, honestly.
Nice.
So
Yeah. Sam, do you think how fucked up do you think it would be if somebody found that Sprite bottle and just chugged it?
They're not gonna have a good time.
Again, if you
Well,
didn't
also
know,
happened
I
to me
have
one time.
I have this talent of being
True story.
throw my voice. I'm a ventriloquist. So obviously he answered for me. I wouldn't
Thank
have
you,
a good
Sam.
time.
question though, This little bottle of Sprite was worth what?
They can't see.
$15,000, $20,000.
They know what a
And yet,
Sprite
at
bottle
one
looks like.
point in the movie, they were just pouring it down the security guard's
Yeah,
mouth.
'cause they'd rather
That's
not
like
get caught.
$5,000 worth of acid they
We can
poured in
try
this
it.
guy's mouth.
I have the bottle right here.
Whoa!
All right, Dan. Let's do it.
I was wondering what was in your pocket.
I'm done. It's your turn, Travis.
Okay.
I like this movie.
No.
And if
You
don't
mean not like this movie? That's okay.
Dan.
No, hold on.
Dan.
Roger Garland's new advertisement is for the wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
no.
Roger Garland's wheelchair access vans.
Running 24/7.
Well, that'll be the undoing of Roger Garland.
That's why he's in court.
Great idea. Great idea.
Can you?
What did you think?
I
What did you think
think
of the movie?
ain't nothing but a good time.
Okay. And
If
so
you
then
fall, I'll catch you. I'll be on your side. Time after time.
Time after time.
I thought the movie was a good time, even in the moments where it was not a good time. No, I mean, I've already said enough.
have you?
Obviously,
So score it then.
obviously, I've
He's
enjoyed
not
the
done.
movie.
He's not done.
So I will give it. I'll give it 4.3.
Wow.
What was that,
God,
Ice
punishing
maker.
you.
the
Ice.
ice machine?
Baby?
From my LG.
Live good.
There you go, baby.
Isn't it Life's Good?
No, live
That's a
good
Drake
time.
song.
Live good time.
I think you're mixing that up with Live Moss.
I actually think Frank's good. Right.
Yeah.
You're right?
I think so.
I'm gonna look it up right now while Travis rambles. I'm gonna
Yeah,
look this up.
because he's trying to figure out what kind of item
No,
he
I
needs.
already have it. It's
Sprite
3
bottles.
No, it's 3.9. One of two. Either Bell Bonds or Mom, I'm just trying to be a good person.
That was good. That was good. I say go with the second one.
Yeah, the second one's good.
All right. No more questions.
I dig the second one.
I feel like you guys have said what I wanted to say.
You're wrapping it up though. Make it strong.
Oh no, that's a lot of pressure.
Wrap it up. It's uncut. I'm gonna look away.
No, I was gonna say what you had said, Frank, about like two movies that really like provoke you. What was it? Something that. What did you say?
That at once they have me engaged but also repulsed.
The repulsed part for me, I feel like it's so common for you to watch movies that either make you feel good, sad, anger, whatever it is, but very few, like you said also, Dan, where it makes you feel just anxious or just sweaty or just uncomfortable. And the Safdies are so good at that I'll watch anything. Well, I would have watched anything they would do.
But they're not together anymore.
Do you have to just salt in
I'm
the
so
wound?
sorry.
Do you
honey.
have to
Salt in
let
the
it
friggin-
linger?
But I love their techniques also, where they make the story so chaotic and the situation itself. So many things are happening all at once. You don't know where to focus.
Mm-hmm.
But also the technique and the score, it really amplifies what's going on the screen. It also, again, repulse or whatever that feeling. I love them. So I will always continue to watch this movie and Uncut Gems. I think I've seen this movie like 5 times.
Excessive, but okay.
Okay. Freaking
You're
Resident Evil.
excessive. You're excessive.
What
Fucking
is
dare
your-
you.
Again?
My score is, like Frank, 4.5. Bleach Kit out of 5.
Nice.
Nice.
I
Beach
I
kit or
agree
bleach
though,
kit?
Sam.
Punch you.
Just to tag on to what you said, they put you in a situation or in a room that you don't want to be in, but at the same time,
You don't want to leave.
you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is such a delicate balance, and
Yeah.
they do it so well.
Like,
It's so
again,
good.
you hate these characters because they do nothing for you. They're not good people.
They're not good people, and they're
And-
making really bad decisions.
But you're rooting for them because
Yes.
you want them to get their brother
that's-
out or to win the game in Uncut Gems. Like,
That's a crazy trick.
you're just going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
You going to say something, Travis? If it's not a joke, you can say it. If
I
not,
didn't say anything.
Yeah, if you're gonna do any kind of like dad jokes,
Then
just
don't.
hold back, buddy. Hold back.
I'll get
know
it
it's
from, I'll get it
intense.
from my
I know it's
database.
intense.
Get intense.
I'll get it from my database.
Okay, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
That
All
was
right.
That was clever.
And good night, everyone.
All right, so
Good time, everyone.
thank you again for listening in.
Wait,
if you
And
like
thank
us.
you, Art.
Hold on.
Wait.
Oh, hang on. We got a new thing.
Wait.
So-
There is more.
We have a giant margarita mug full of.
So-
Oh, it's a skull.
Hold on, Sam. Hold on.
Is
don't
this
have
our
makeup
next
on.
movie? Regardless. Well, I didn't write anything
So-
in there.
So here's the thing.
Obviously,
Cover my
Singing in the
face.
Rain is not one of their
Did you
choices.
take it?
It
No.
might be.
Oh.
So here's the thing. Recently, we've
I'd
kind
love
of
to do Singing in
realized.
the Rain.
What?
I know
love
you
to
would
do
sing in the
Singing
rain.
Yeah,
No,
me
just-
too. It'd be great.
A lot of things happening. I'll
So
put the phone next
yeah,
to it.
a lot of things have happened.
Marlon Brando's favorite movie, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
Kind of gay.
I don't like that song anymore because of A Clockwork Orange.
So recently, we've kind of realized that although we are still very horror movie based
What'd
and
you call me?
thriller, you know what I called you. Our interests are kind of expanding in terms of the movies we want to cover. So we're kind of gonna rebrand the podcast a little bit. We're still covering a lot of horror movies and slashers, but
We just like talking about movies.
we like talking about movies. So we just want to talk about other genres a little bit more. So with that in mind, we are switching up the format of how we choose what movie we're covering next. So we have a pool of movies that we've written on a piece of paper, and we put them in this giant skull that we found in the cabin. Yep.
It took a long time to hollow out this skull, by the way, just so you
There
know.
you
Yeah.
go, hollow out skull.
So
Did
we're
you
gonna
remove Travis's brain? Is that how we did it?
His brain's
It's an
been gone.
abnormal
It was
brain.
already hollow.
It's been gone. It's just
It was
echo.
the easy one to take. I could.
So the next movie we cover is not predetermined. It will be determined now, and because Art is our guest, I feel
Oh,
like he should
damn it. I
probably
wanted to
choose the
choose.
first movie.
All right,
Close
Art.
your eyes because
excited.
it's written on permanent paper and you can see it. So just close your eyes.
Close your eyes, and it better be good.
Permanent marker.
Well, you wrote them all down.
Why are you closing your eyes, Sam?
Because I can see it.
Well, you're not.
They're all
Okay.
the same title.
They're all the
Fingering
color
Ernest goes to
No,
Africa.
it's a Serbian film.
The musical.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
all Resident Evil 2.
All right, Art, what are we watching?
Alrighty. So the next film that hopefully I get to be a part of next is Clown.
Holy shit.
Hey.
Clown.
Clown.
Oh, yeah.
Clown.
Stop
1,
clowning
2,
around.
3, or
From
4.
2015.
It's a comedy.
It is
there,
a comedy.
Is there only one clown?
What are you doing?
Or is
gonna
there a
see if
lot
I
of
ever-
clowns?
No, Clowns is the sequel. That's the one that Ellen Ripley's in.
So flat.
Yeah.
Is this the
Travis
original?
had picked it.
Clown?
No, this was in 2013 or 2015.
2013 or 15, one of those.
2015.
Is this
Yeah.
a slasher?
Just watch the movie, Dan.
Scary
All I will say is that
All I will say is you will not have fun. You will not have a good time.
it's
Oh,
not,
I can't wait.
it's not a
Thank
party
you.
clown. And
2014.
also, the director of this movie went on to direct the Marvel Spider-Man movies, the ones with Tom Holland in them.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Jonathan
it's,
Watts.
It's a
It's
prequel.
quite a weird trajectory, but when you watch the movie, it kind of makes. No, I'm just
It's
kidding. I've never
produced.
seen
It's,
it
it's
before.
also. It's
All right,
also.
guys.
Huge Easter egg.
It's also produced by Eli Roth, right?
We're
I
going to be
believe so,
watching.
yeah.
Eli Roth is the
Presenter,
main character.
Hang
producer.
on, Art. What do we got here? Little context?
Eli Roth is the clown.
Oh, I didn't know you
Fun.
played the
Nice.
I
clown.
don't know that.
He plays the clown.
All right, so our next
Clowny the Clown.
episode will be
What?
Clown.
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 Well, like us.
George Clowney.
This
Right.
was a good
Yes.
time.
Follow
Tell your
us.
friends about us. Follow us. Please follow us. Please like us.
From a
Please review
distance.
us. Complain about us. Whatever. Just acknowledge us. We'd love that.
Send us to your enemies, as Travis always says.
However you want to do it.
Enemies, frenemies.
And we
If
thank
you
you
guys
so
hate
much.
Travis's jokes, please follow us.
Oh, please.
Please like us. If we
And-
hit 20 likes, we'll kick him out.
Until
and
next
if we get
time.
30 likes, he'll come back.
Until next time, I'm Dan.
I'm Travis.
I'm Sam.
It's Art.
And Frank.
It's giving Frank.
Frank Giving.
Thanksgiving.
Will join
No.
us next
What are
time
you
on
giving?
another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a
Smooshy
movie
podcast.
podcast, and we are
Oot.
out. worse than
Did
tired,
you have a
right?
good time?
Doing what?
You should do drugs.
Hello, parents of
Do you
Golden.
want Sprite? Do you want some Sprite?
I'm not going to say anything.